In 1963, twin sisters June and Jennifer Gibbons were born in Wales to Caribbean immigrant parents. From the very beginning, it was clear there was something different about them. The girls barely spoke to anyone. Not their teachers, not their classmates, not even their parents. But to each other, they spoke constantly in a private, fast-paced, and nearly indecipherable language. It was later discovered that their language was a sped-up form of English, modified and twisted into something only they could understand. Because of their silence toward everyone else, they became known in their community as the Silent Twins. Their bond was more than close. It was obsessive. They mirrored each other's movements exactly and would only speak or move when the other did. They walked in unison, sat in the same position, and even blinked at the same time. Their connection was so strong that it often appeared supernatural, as though they were the two people but two halves of one being. By the time they were teenagers, their world had shrunk to just the two of them. Isolated in their bedroom for years, they began writing disturbing stories and novels filled with dark themes. Violence, mental breakdowns, bizarre romantic entanglements, and murder. The stories weren't just creative writing. They were expressions of something deeper, something dangerous that was festering inside them. Eventually, writing wasn't enough. The twins began acting out, committing crimes, starting with petty theft and escalating to vandalism and finally arson. They set buildings on fire, watched them burn, and documented their crimes in diaries. It wasn't thrill-seeking. It was a strange form of release. In 1981, at the age of 18, June and Jennifer were arrested and sent to Broadmoor Hospital, a high-security psychiatric institution usually reserved for the criminally insane. The same hospital that had housed murderers and serial killers now held two teenage girls whose only crime, some would argue, was being too tightly bonded. Inside Broadmoor, their behavior became even more chilling. They would go days without speaking, then erupt into physical fights, biting, choking, and slamming each other against the walls. Their connection became a prison. Nurses and doctors said it seemed like they were trapped in a deadly psychological dance, one that wouldn't end until one of them was gone. Jennifer began to speak about dying, not as a metaphor, but as an inevitability. She told one of the doctors, "We've decided one of us has to die, and it's gonna be me." After 12 years inside Broadmoor, the decision was finally made to transfer the girls to a lower security clinic. On the day of the transfer, Jennifer appeared unwell. During the car ride, she slumped over and became unresponsive. Hours later, she was pronounced dead from acute myocarditis, a sudden inflammation of the heart. No drugs, no poison, no known illness. Her death was unexplained. Just hours earlier, she had whispered to her sister, "I'm going to have to die now." After Jennifer's death, June began to change. She started speaking more, she socialized, she began writing again. The transformation was stunning. It was as if Jennifer's death had lifted a curse, as if June had finally been freed from a lifelong possession. To this day, no one fully understands the depth of the twins' bond or what truly happened between them. Some believe their connection was psychic, others say it was a rare psychological condition. But the mystery of the Silent Twins remains one of the strangest and most unsettling real horror stories ever documented. June still lives in the UK, quiet but no longer silent, and somewhere in that silence, maybe Jennifer still lingers.